No, I've discovered a better way. More on that in a moment. Okay, so open loop. So here, pay attention to how he transitions. So he goes, no, I've discovered a better way. So he's giving you like a benefit that's about to come, but he's basically saying, but wait, just a little moment. And what's happening here is basically he's implying that to the reader that, look, we all like to eat these foods, but they're eating away at our memories. But you don't actually have to stop eating them. And I'm going to tell you how you can do this in just a moment. And here goes the pivot again, the transition word pivot. But let me first show you why these refined carbohydrates, like those found in white bread, rice, and sweets, are so bad for your memory. So he repeats the same thing. So the objection what are refined carbohydrates? Or objection or question, whatever you like to call it. That's because in an aging brain, the glucose from these bad carbs causes something called oxidative stress. Okay, so that's because that's the reason why I copy. And he's setting up a causality. The glucose from these bad carbs. So he's coining, he's labeling it. And he's basically explaining the mechanism, at least when it comes to the refined carbohydrates. So he's giving the reason why. Why is it so bad? Which is like a fire in your brain cells. Oh, powerful, powerful, powerful. Powerful. This metaphor, the writer links it to something easy to understand. So it's also a proof element basically. So if you have a complex topic and you can link it to anything that the reader's familiar with or has experienced, trust me, you're good. It's real good. Symptoms like brain fog, forgetfulness, confusion, and trouble concentrating have all been linked to refined carbs. Symptoms. So the readers probably experienced this. In a study published in the journal, so there goes the claim, here goes the proof. So the proof is the study. In a study published in the journal Behavioral Neuroscience, even otherwise healthy young people who ate lots of refined carbs had impaired memory. Okay. This is objection. So he's using proof plus an objection, covering an objection. The objection is age. So the reader's probably thinking, well, you know what? It's probably due to age and genetics, like we've already seen. So age. And in another study, where they study folks over 65, it was obvious. The more refined carbs they ate, the worse off their memory was. Okay, so here he's covering the objection of age, but then he's transitioning straight into talking directly to the reader. Now, if you're health conscious, you're probably already trying to eat less of these bad carbs. Because in addition to being a memory killer, they're also linked to a host of other health issues. So he's linking the bad carbs to health issues. And he's using an if-then statement. So if you're health conscious, then you're probably already trying to eat less of these bad carbs. And he knows the reader well, so the reader probably is health conscious. Thing is, refined carbs are everywhere. So reader agrees again. Pasta, white rice crackers, blah, 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 blah. Pizza dough, hamburger and hot dog buns, pancake waffles. The list goes on and on. It's almost impossible to eliminate them from your diet. Agrees again. Besides, how much fun would your life be if you could never eat these foods you enjoy? So up to now, all of this, the reader agrees with. Okay, there's a pivot word again. But protecting your memory from the oxidative stress caused by refined carbs is so important for a healthy brain. Luckily, I've uncovered a little known nutraceutical extract that does just that. Okay. A little known. This word is freaking used all the time. Little known is like secrets, like little known. Basically, little known is saying something that no one knows about. Again, it's a persuasion trigger. Secrets and being in the know. Only some people know about this. And he's gonna have to probably explain what a nutraceutical extract is. But just using that word, actually, it conveys complexity, which is kind of also, it's like a form of proof and credibility to say, look, you don't know what this means, you need my help. And the only way you can pay attention to what I'm going to say here, the only way you can get my help is through this. Because you don't know what all this is, I do. My research shows it acts as a brain-targeted antioxidant. My research. So that's proof. But who the hell, like, what is your research? Doesn't mean much. It acts as a brain-targeted antioxidant to help protect your brain cells from oxidative stress and boost your brain power. So look, benefit in as little as 1 hour. So benefit, he's promising fast and easy results. And then he's opening up a loop, open loop. So these open loops, basically, they have to be almost in every sales letter if you want at least get people to read. Which you can have the best copy in the world, but if you don't get people to read, it's worthless. But the effects of the second memory killer are even more damaging. So pay attention to the look. So he says like all these good things, this claim and this and that. And then you always, this is so common, then you'll transition by using the word but. So he goes, but the effects of the second memory killer or even more damaging. So same mechanism. So now he transitions into this, but he still hasn't closed this loop, so he keeps your attention. Memory killer number 2 is microwave popcorn. Yes, you heard that right. So he's using the same structure. He did this before. To be clear, it's not the popcorn itself that's the problem. It's the chemical used to give it buttery flavor. It's called, fuck, how do you say that? Diacetyl, wherever it is. Researchers link diacetyl, wherever it is, to the formation of amyloid proteins in your brain. Okay, so he's done it there, addressing it there. Addressing it there. Yes, you heard that right. And turns out popcorn isn't the only place we're exposed to diacetyl. It's found in thousands of foods like margarine, candy, baked goods, and more. So look, pay attention to the structure. So he stair steps his way, right? So he goes from one claim, a smaller one, to a bigger one, to a bigger one, to a bigger one, to a bigger one. So he goes, it's microwave popcorn, but it's not. The actual popcorn itself is the buttery flavor. So that's like going from the first step. Then he says, he gives the mechanism of it, and then he goes, and turns out popcorn isn't the only place it's found in thousands of foods like margarine, candy, baked goods, and more. So he starts off with the microwave popcorn. Then he says it's not the microwave popcorn, it's the chemical that gives the buttery flavor. And then he links into, look, it's found in thousands of foods like margarine, candy, baked goods, and more. So if he said this at the start, it wouldn't be believable at all. So this stair step, of claims maintains the belief